Hey there everybody, Kevin here from the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 to Today YouTube channel, and today we are going to be answering the question, did Imagine Dragons sell out? Now we are starting a new type of video called Question. I'm going to take a listener question or a question I come up with on my own and try and answer it about rock music from the year 2000 to today to the best of my ability. I'll take the question, I'll do some research on it, I will explain my research here, and then come up with my answer to the question to the best of my ability. Now remember, these questions can be very subjective, and this is just my take on it. So you may think differently, you may like the band a lot more than I do, you may like the band a lot less than I do, you may have a different opinion I do. That's great. However, this is our video, this is my take, so that's what you're gonna get. Alright, so let's answer the question. Did Imagine Dragons sell out? So let's go to the origin story when I first started hearing about Imagine Dragons. This is going to be back in the summer of 2012. I was going to see Young the Giant at Summerfest in Milwaukee that year, and I was trying to meet up with the girl that I was talking to at the time, and she said that she was going to be seeing the opener for Young the Giant that night, which consequently was Imagine Dragons. At the time, I had no clue who Imagine Dragons was. All I knew about them is that they were an alternative rock band that had a really cool name and that was really becoming popular within my little circle that I had. So I really wasn't paying that much attention, nor was I really expecting a lot. Now, to be fair, I listened to all of Young the Giant's set that night with my brother and a couple of his friends. We did catch the end of the Imagine Dragons show, and we only heard two songs. Their two closing songs. They closed with Radioactive and It's Time. Hearing those, then I got a little bit interested. The sound was a lot different than what I had actually expected, and it really didn't mesh well with what I really like to listen to. However, I was intrigued by it because of how unique it was and how different it was. To be fair, I really didn't pay that much attention going forward because the next night I was seeing Hollywood Undead with my friends, and I was all into that, so I put Imagine Dragons way on the back burner until 2013 hit. When 2013 hit, that's when Imagine Dragons really became popular, when you heard It's Time and Radioactive on the radio. Those songs were radio darlings at that time. Now, a lot of people wanted to hear Radioactive a lot because it was such a good song. It was a very popular song, and it was very unique. However, towards the end of the year and towards, the beginning of the school year, because that's when I started college, no one wanted to listen to it anymore because it was so overplayed on the radio. The rest of the Night Visions album was something that was very individualistic and unique, so I decided I'm going to download this album and listen to it. It was, again, unique, individualistic. It was something that of a sound you really never heard before, and it was something that the sound was very similar to Radioactive in its time throughout the whole entire album. I really liked Dan Reynolds' voice in this and how it played with the music, and for a guy that really likes a much harder sound, I really liked this album. After Night Visions was out for a while, Imagine Dragons really started picking up traction in the awards scene. They were getting nominated for Best New Band as a whole. They were getting nominated for Best Album with Night Visions. They were getting nominated for Best Song with Radioactive. Yes, they took home a lot of awards, but they got nominated for even more than they took home. So that was interesting, and that gets into our next part. Now, when I saw this happen, this is where I started getting concerned. The band was being nominated for a lot of awards, winning awards for, album, song, best new band, and I thought, their sound really popped with the initial audience and with the initial, crowd. But when that happens, my concern was, are they going to stick with that sound and really keep that uniqueness to them? Or are they going to mellow that out, go with the record companies want to start producing stuff, overproducing stuff and that, and really, playing towards what's going to get them more awards. Now, I've seen a lot of bands fall into that trap. One band I've seen that has continued to win a lot of awards but hasn't fallen into that trap is the Foo Fighters. I really like the Foo Fighters. I really like their sound from when they first started to even now. It's a consistent sound that, they experiment with here and there, but they're still the Foo Fighters. Yes, they win a lot of awards. Yes, they get nominated for a lot of awards for rock music and actually, best songs sometimes, but they are still fantastic. I was hoping Imagine Dragons was going to follow suit, but at this point, I didn't know. I was hoping. Alrighty, full disclosure, I actually really did not listen to much of Imagine Dragons music outside of Night Visions, so when their Smoke and Mirrors album came out, it just went by the wayside for me. However, for this video, I thought I have to listen to the whole entire thing. So, I have to take a look at those. I have to run through them in order to give you the best assessment for this question. So when I listened to it, I was asking myself the question, this album did not pop like Night Visions did, or it didn't pop like Evolve did, and I had to figure out why. When I listened to it, That's what I figured out. I thought Smoke and Mirrors was similar to Night Visions. However, it was a little bit more experimentative on Imagine Dragons' part. But that experimentation didn't come with, what was going to win them awards, in my opinion. Their experimentation, in my thought, was on their own sound. I Bet My Life was definitely the biggest and only real hit off the album. It got nominated for some awards. I think won 1 or 2. The band really didn't get anything for Smoke and Mirrors. And it really fell flat in pop culture. Now for me, again, the guy that really likes that much harder sound, I really didn't even know they made Smoke and Mirrors up until I started really going into this video. When I look into pop culture and how the album actually played into it, I really like the fact that it didn't win a lot of awards because it was Imagine Dragons experimenting with their own sound, not really straying too far away from what they did in Night Visions, but again, experimenting nonetheless. I like that because you're trying to see what's going to work with your sound. Again, it's their sound, what's working with it. So I didn't really like the album's content because it's not really my kind of music. However, I liked where the album explored. Lastly, about the Smoke and Mirrors album, I thought Imagine Dragons really kept the sound, and I was hoping they were going to do the same on Evolve. And let's just say, in 2017, that was not the case. When Evolve dropped, I immediately started asking the did Imagine Dragons sell out question because of this album's content. I thought this album was a hodgepodge mess of content and song style. What I thought this album was they took a look at what they possibly could do. We're going to take one song with this certain style, a harder style, with a softer style, with a deeper style, with a more poppy style, with a more simple style. I thought what they wanted to do was create a song that was going to appeal to each demographic and put it all together in the album, and it's just a hot mess. They hit harder on songs like Believer, and they hit with a more somber tone on songs like Whatever It Takes. However, you look at the album, it just grabs and tries to grab at everybody it can, say, come in, come in, come in. And I don't like that at all. I remember back in 2004, I was watching this movie called Johnson Family Vacation. It was with Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, Lil Bow Wow. And in a scene where Cedric the Entertainer was trying to talk to Lil Bow Wow about music, he was referring to Lil Bow Wow's music at the time, not his music, just the music he was listening to in the movie, saying, your music, you have 1 or 2 good songs on an album, you can call that a good record. But back in his day, the whole album had to be good to have yourself a good record. And I kind of took a little bit of that inspiration to this, and if you're trying to grab at everybody, in my opinion, and just try and grab this song, grab this demographic, this song, grab this demographic, your album is not great at all. It is just wanting the attention and just wanting to get as many people as it can to listen to your band. You think of the term bubblegum pop, I think of this as bubblegum alt-rock. And I haven't even gotten to the biggest point for sellout of this album, which we're going to now. I have to talk about it. Let's talk about Thunder. This song, Thunder, how in the actual hell was this song greenlit, and how did this song get so popular? It makes no sense to me. This song gets on every pop tile with a beat that's memorable, that little kids can actually really get into and dance to and remember, and a very simple chorus that's repetitive, but, I mean, come on, that distortion in Thunder, like that thunder, thunder. I'm like, are you kidding me? How pop garbage is this? Why was this played on the radio everywhere? Why did this win awards even? I don't understand it. It made no sense to me. I thought this was a trash song. I mean, how much more of a sellout can you get? This is insane. And it was, again, winning awards left and right. It was popular everywhere. People were playing it all the time. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. So in the aftermath of the album release, Believer, Whatever It Takes, and Thunder were played all over the place, and then when award season hit, just a whole new wave came. Now when award season came out in 2017, Imagine Dragons was all over the place. They were down for Best Band, Best Album, Best Songs for Thunder. They played and performed on almost all these award shows. They were playing and performing on all these late night shows, and their popularity was soaring and still is soaring off of this stuff. And when I looked at this, I thought, this is a huge, huge red flag in terms of selling out. Now, luckily, I'm shooting this video 5 days, counted 5 days after their 4th studio album, Origins, dropped. So I thought, okay, this 4th studio album dropped, I have to listen to it. Now, when it comes to Origins, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I did like it more than Evolve, but I did not like it nearly as much as I like Night Visions. I could tell which songs are going to be popular, like Natural, West Coast, and Zero. And if I can tell which songs are going to be hits in the pop community and on the radio, that kind of points to a sellout again. Now, Zero is a song that is specifically produced and specifically made for a movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yes, I know the movie's going to be big. It's a Pixar movie. Pixar movies are always big. Now, also, when it comes to putting out a song specifically for a movie, sometimes it actually works. I'm going to take a look at Prince when it came out with the whole Purple Rain album, which was an album based off and based for the Purple Rain movie. And it was fantastic. I'm also going to take a look at a hard sound that I like. Godsmack's I Stand Alone was a song specifically for the first Scorpion King movie, the one that had The Rock in it. And it is a great song. However, this, overproduced, really drawn out, really simplistic, and very poppy. The album, in my opinion, is all over the place like Evolve was, but not nearly to the same level. Because there are a good amount of songs on the album that I think are going to be not really memorable or forgettable, especially in the pop culture realm. And those songs kind of reminded me of what Night Visions was. A little bit, a lot softer than what Night Visions was, but still, it kind of had me getting some flashbacks there. We went to Twitter to try and talk to you guys about Origins. Wanted to see what you guys thought. One Twitter user named Justice Top 10 Daily, Twitter handle in the description below, gave the album an 8 out of 10, but said that Imagine Dragons tried to clean up their sound a little too much, and they lost a lot of the layers from their previous albums. Also said that was hoping for more guitar and bass, and was also too repetitive when it came to songs that had a lot less lyrics in them. I think this review kind of gears towards the fact that Imagine Dragons is getting rid of their original sound and is going towards a more commercial sound. Now, we've been thinking this has been happening a while, but this Twitter user is believing the same thing's happening in our opinion. If you read something different into it, that's what you guys think. We had other Twitter users say, the album is great, the lyrics are fantastic and very meaningful, and just, this album is flat out awesome. We respect everybody's opinion on the album. Again, our opinion is that the album wasn't great. We know some people think it's great, and I want to thank Justice Top 10 Daily for allowing us to use their Twitter comments and their review on our video. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so time to answer the question, did Imagine Dragons sell out? And my answer is absolutely. From what I can see, Imagine Dragons had this very individualistic and unique sound that hit the eardrums of their fans really well back in 2012 and 2013 with Night Visions, but as time has gone on, they become more poppy, they become more commercial, more heavily produced, and have made a sound that's going to win them more awards and gain them more popularity. This is one major reason why I have really not listened or paid attention to what Imagine Dragons has done since Night Visions, and after going through this, I don't think I'm really going to care about what they do now or in the future. However, they are a band that has made it big, has sold a lot of albums, and a lot of people like them. A lot of people derive inspiration from their music and inspiration from their lyrics. And again, we respect that to the fullest. It is in our opinion that they have really changed their sound in order to appeal to the mass audiences and really gain a lot of popularity, which kind of does constitute a sellout. However, they are a band, they are trying to make money, they are a business, music is a business. We do understand and respect their decision. We're not going to cast judgment on their decision. I do miss that original sound, and I really hope they go back to it at some point, but I'm not holding my breath. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching the video and letting us answer the question, did Imagine Dragons sell out? I want to thank all the Twitter users who we got into a conversation about this with, and specifically Justice Top 10 Daily for letting us use their tweet review in our video. If you think we answered the question correctly or incorrectly, let's talk about it. Comment below and let's chat. If you want to stay up to date with our videos, which we release every Wednesday, hit that subscribe button below and you won't miss us. If you want to follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram account, I got links in the description below for you to follow us. I also have links for Justice Top 10 Daily in the description below if you want to follow them on Twitter as well. Lastly, if you have an Amazon Alexa and want a new rock song every single day as your song of the day, enable our Alexa skill on your Amazon Alexa. Open your phone, click on the link in the description below, and it'll open up to our page. You just got to hit enable or subscribe or whatever it is, and you get a new song of the day every single day. Also, it's free. Alrighty, thank you. This is Kevin from the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 to Today YouTube channel saying, see ya!